All right, part two, visiting my booth at One of a Kind. So last we left off, I was talking about Beige à Fleurs, so make sure to check out that video if you want to see what's going on my table. One of my more popular collections is this one here, this whole section on the right, which is called The Elements of Alchemy. It took me around 2 years to create this pretty extensive collection, and the idea is I created a deconstructed perfume. So we'll start with the bases, based on the 4 elements, plus the 5th one, which is I call ether, and each one represents a different fragrance family, and these can be worn as a standalone fragrance. So here, if I start to the left, you have ether, which is a classic chypre. Fire is represented by amber. Water is a classic citrus cologne. There are featured 5 different natural citruses in there. Air is associated with the Grosvenor accord, and fougere, and earth is of course associated with the classic fougere. So I designed these to be able to be sufficient to be worn as a lovely fragrance, and that represents well each family. But I purposely left spaces for you to add whatever you want. And you can build it based on your personal taste or based on your zodiac. And if you look at this chart, like for example, I'm in Aries. There's 2 things to know. So I'm a fire sign, so I would be using this base here, which I can use as a fragrance, or I could add on and layer on the scent of honeysuckle. And that's what you get here. You have all of the different zodiac signs, and you can layer them and really truly create your own vibe with this collection. I'm very proud of this collection, and if you so wish, you can do it. You can also add your rising and moon if you know what they are. So for example, I'm an Aries rising Taurus, so I can add to my collection like the rose, or I can swap the bases to go for a fougere with the earth. And if you pick 3, then you get to create these little spell boxes, these fragrance spell boxes. So you have this one here, which is a value of $45, but you get a $5 discount. So this 3 for $40 and 3 for $65, and normally this is a value of $25. So it's a pretty good deal. And they last quite a long time because they're higher concentration, so a little bit goes a long way. The newer thing I have right now is these discovery sets. So my bestseller really are the bases, like the 4 or 5 elements, if you will. And so I created these new little discovery sets where you get a little 1 milliliter sample of each. And these are currently available on my website. For the bundles here, these will soon be available on my website. You'll be able to build your own box online shortly. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and maybe join my newsletter, and you will be the first to know. All right, so that's it.